Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Ultra. Well, today we are in chapters 36 through chapters 40. We are ticking along in Genesis. So if you're new to this, it's 5 chapters a day for 100 days. And in the hopes that we're reading over half of our Bible. So you're along for a journey. It's not an easy one, but God never calls us to the easy. He calls us to the excellent. And we want to start this year off right, making good habits. They say 66 days is needed to form a habit. So for the last 3 years now, we've been doing something that we call a 66-day challenge. But this year, we're pushing it beyond. We're going the extra mile that Jesus calls us to do, and we're calling it the Ultra. Starting the year off right in our Bible. Today, we're in chapter 37. Well, 36 through 40, but specifically, we're going to be tying into chapter 37. And Blake is here with us again. And Blake, if you want to kick us off with tell them what you got from that chapter.
So I'm coming really from chapter 37. Backstory, Joseph's sold into slavery, and his brothers were jealous, and they tried to prevent Joseph's dreams from really being fulfilled. And
one of the best stories in the Bible, by the way.
And if you think about it, what I got out of this is like the brothers, as you read through the Bible, you'll see they represent people all throughout history who are driven by malice and envy.
That's right.
Because they're not committed to God's will.
Yeah.
And so we're really
jealous. Like envy, yeah. That's exactly right.
And so as you read through the Bible, though, you also see God working through men, women, children, and God gives everybody unique gifts to be used with others, so that together, unity, we can accomplish His will. So that's what I kind of got at on the, something so negative from this jealous and this envy that you see from the brothers. But then on the flip side, because they're driven by all this almost like greed in a way. Mm-hmm. And we see that in today's just materialistic world that we live in.
Absolutely.
But then on the flip side, we think about all the unique traits that God gave me, Drake, you, and just how we can use those to fulfill and accomplish what God wants us to while we're here on earth. And so that's on the flip side. That's really what I got. It's more about an application moving forward.
Talk about going from the pit to the palace. When you think of the story of Joseph, you think about him being, thrown in that pit by his brothers. And yeah, exactly. And how many times has family done things maybe to us? And I mean, I know you have a really good family, and I have a really good family, but oftentimes, in most circumstances, that family, exactly. So you end up in that moment, and it doesn't have to be a family. It can be just life's uncontrollable circumstances that you're in a pit. Yep. And you're solely dependent upon God to come and get you out of the pit. But what is so cool is that even if your family or life's uncontrollable circumstances or somebody else, what if you got in that pit by yourself? What if you cannonballed off into that thing? Because so many of us do that. We are our own worst enemy. What if that's the case? What if that is the case? Which oftentimes, if we're being honest, it is. What's cool about Jesus, and this is my God. Hey, sorry, our camera went out. We had some technical difficulties, but I was sharing how our God is so good that it doesn't matter if you're the one who put yourself in the pit, or if it's a family or a friend or life's uncontrollable circumstances or a boss, or no matter who it is. God's so good that He'll come down, He'll grab you out of that pit, or come in and just stay in there with you until you get out. That's my God shot from the story of from the pit to the palace. That's really what stands out to me. And in that story, he sent some slaves, sold him, and then to Potiphar's house, and then we'll pick up with this, in our next couple of chapters tomorrow. But that really stood out to me. Yep. So, anyways, Blake, glad to have you.
Yep. Couple more.
I got a couple more to go in Genesis, and tomorrow will be, I think we actually only have 2 more, right?
More
40 to 45, and then 46 to 50. So tomorrow we'll be starting chapters 40, and we'll see y'all then. Peace.